Alright, we're going to teach you how to fix a PEM. You're going to need this 2-part epoxy. It's a DP 100 plus. A piece of paper or something to mix your epoxy on. I like using a zip tie to mix it together. Your 1/4 PEM, a 1/4 nut, and a few washers if you have them. You're also going to need a punch, a hammer, a Dremel tool, and if you don't have a Dremel tool, then you could also use like a small hacksaw of some sort. Okay, so start the video.
Go. Yeah, let's go.
Alright, so you're going to take your Dremel tool, and when you turn it on, you want to start cutting right underneath the PEM there, or right below the nut. You also want this grinding disc for your Dremel tool. Once you've gotten your nut and PEM cut off, you're going to take your punch and you're going to hammer it through, and it's going to take a few punches. These things are in there pretty good. Guess not. Once you've punched it through, you're going to take your 2-part epoxy, squirt it onto that paper. You're going to take the zip tie or whatever you have, a toothpick, and you're going to mix the epoxy together. I think this stuff takes about 10 minutes to fully cure, so you want to take the zip tie or whatever you have and apply it to the bottom of the PEM, just around that edge. And do it all the way around. You're going to take it and you're going to put it through the hole. Alright, so my PEM was a little tight, so what you can do is you can take the chisel and just bore the hole out a little bit. And take your PEM. It's got the epoxy on it. Pause it again.
Go.
Alright, so a word of advice: before you put the epoxy on your PEM, make sure the hole's wide enough for the PEM to fit through. Then you're going to put it through the hole.
Yeah, make sure it goes up straight.
Make sure it's straight. Might have to wiggle it a little bit. Take your washers, put them over the top, and then take your nut. You're gonna want to tighten it down with your 7/16 inch nut driver. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then if you look on the bottom, the PEM will be flush. And then just let it sit for about 15-20 minutes. It'll harden, and you can remove the nut, and it should be good to go. So when the nut galls on the top of the PEM, it's pretty easy to fix. But if it galls at the bottom of the PEM, like this one, you can see it'd be hard to cut underneath it. This is where you pretty much will need a Dremel tool. I don't think a hacksaw will work for this. You're gonna need to pretty much chop this nut up and at least get one side free. That way you can take your punch and your hammer and you can knock the nut off of the PEM. And then from there you just cut the PEM off flat and you can punch it through. And everything's the same after that.